Hello everyone. Today we are talking about the three headless ghosts of Edinburgh. Thank you to these incredible people who support the Broonfords on Patreon. If you want to support us and get access to extra videos such as question videos, challenge videos, a monthly vlog and even a monthly Zoom chat, follow the link in the description. So how are you all? Hope you are all happy and healthy and safe out there, wherever you are. Yeah, today, again, we are still on strict lockdown here. In fact, we're kind of getting stricter today, as in the day this video goes out, just to be careful right now. So again, I can't go out, I can't wander about Edinburgh and show you anything, so I thought I would tell you three more Edinburgh ghost stories. And today, yes, they all have a theme, they're all tied in together, all of them have no heads. This is pure coincidence. This is pure coincidence. I always, you all know I enjoy to research various things about Edinburgh and learn more and tell you more, and I just happened to stumble across three headless ghost stories. So, today, the three headless ghosts of Edinburgh. First up, we are heading to an old grand mansion house in Broonford. As far as I can tell, the house and the land was originally owned by the Napiers, but in 1680-ish, when the mail line ran out, it went up for sale. Eventually, it was bought by Lieutenant General Archibald Robertson, just back from the War of Independence in America. Something a little bit strange happened during his ownership of the building, and unfortunately, it shed some light on the time in the country as well. Apparently, the general returned home from the Revolutionary War. However, he didn't come alone. He came with a slave. Unfortunately, slavery was still legal in Britain at the time, so he was probably taken against his will. The slave seems to have been given the name Tom. Tom was given a room in the ground floor of the mansion. However, each night, Tom was terrified, hardly sleeping, because each night appeared a supernatural vision. He swears that every night a headless woman would appear at the foot of his bed, cradling an infant baby in her arms. She would rise up from the ground and just appear. Tom, terrified, told everyone, but no one believed him. The room had an ill-favoured reputation. Tom kept swearing that this apparition would appear before him, and everyone continued to ignore his pleas. No matter how much Tom would beg, no one believed. They thought it was just the ramblings of a drunk. They had the naivety to believe that slaves, given the opportunity, would drink. So all of Tom's pleas of this spiritual appearance were written off as the ramblings of a drunk. Years later, the house was demolished to be replaced by a hospital, much to the disappointment of the residents of Edinburgh. However, a discovery was made. Underneath the hearthstone, roughly where Tom's room was, a decapitated body, a woman's body. Lying next to her, the body of an infant baby who was wrapped in a pillowcase, trimmed with lace. It was decided that she was probably murdered as a sneak attack. Attached to her was a pair of sewing scissors, attached by a ribbon, and a thimble lay nearby as well. They assumed she had been killed whilst sewing. However, to this day, no one knows who she was, who the infant baby was, and once the body was buried and given last rites, no one's ever seen or heard of the headless ghost of Brunsfield Links ever again. Next up, and unusual for me, there's very little about this story. I've got no background to tell you. I've got no legend, and unusual for a story that I normally tell, but very little is known about this particular headless figure. The sightings have all been round about Tolbooth Wynd. On occasion, a ghostly coach has been seen driving now. The driver of the coach has no head. But not only that, the four horses that pull the coach are headless as well. No one knows who he is. No one knows where he's going or where he's been. On a rare occasion when this is seen, he has also been seen with a woman. Nothing's known about her, nothing's known about him. If you see the coach, There's no ominous message. It's not expected to be your death toll. It's just a headless ghost with his 4 headless horses going somewhere, we know not where. But on occasion, apparently people still hear 4 horses' feet racing down the street. And if you're unfortunate enough to look out the window at the wrong time, you might just see the headless coachman and his female friend as they disappear off into the distance. Our last tale takes us to Edinburgh Castle. Now, Edinburgh Castle has no shortage of ghosts. In fact, I could probably make an entire series of videos about ghosts of Edinburgh Castle. But this one in particular is, of course, about a headless drummer boy. Now, the headless drummer boy is apparently a warning to the castle itself that unfortunately a siege may occur. Now, once again, the headless drummer boy's not been seen for quite a while and probably will never be seen again. Anytime from dusk till dawn, the drummer boy can be heard at Edinburgh Castle. The ominous drum beat reverberates around the fortress itself. The drummer boy is a harbouring of doom. No one knows exactly who he is or where he comes from. However, it's said he made his first appearance in 1650. This was the year Oliver Cromwell launched his invasion of Scotland. This culminated in the capture of Edinburgh Castle. The siege of the castle itself lasted 3 months. Ever since then, the drummer boy has been seen as a bad omen who tells of disaster for Edinburgh Castle. It's been a long time since Edinburgh Castle has faced attack, which explains why the drummer boy has not been seen for so long. However, during a quiet night, when the air is still, a drum can still be heard, the very familiar rat-tat-tat in every corner of Edinburgh Castle, and no one knows where it is. We can only assume that the drummer boy is doing his patrol, making sure the castle is okay. And as long as we can hear him, we know we're safe. But if he makes an appearance, then the castle better worry. These are just 3 of the many ghost stories of Edinburgh in Scotland. And I hope you've enjoyed that today as much as I have. If you have, guys, please remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment. Have you heard any of these stories before? Especially if you know anything about the Headless Coachman story, because I found very little about it. So if there's anyone out there that knows more about the story, I would love to hear about it. So please leave a comment below. But as always, guys, please remember to hit subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment, keep yourself safe out there. Until next time, bye humans.